Tonight, hopefully, will be a shorter part of the series. I'm going to install a Caboose Industries ground throw for throwing the points. If you were doing a powered turnout, you probably would have already drilled a hole underneath and mounted the switch machine underneath and done all that, but I'm doing this on the cheap. Don't have the bucks for, I don't know, I'm not sure how many turnouts I'm going to end up having, close to 50 of them, so we'll just do the ground throw and that'll work fine for me. First thing I'm going to do is take a piece of road bed, as you can see here, and I'm just gonna cut a chunk off. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, there. Get nice and close so you can look at the points and the throw bar and all that nice detail. Get an idea of what I'm doing. Okay, then more like it. Alright, just take this, cut a piece, oh, I don't know, about 3/4 of an inch, like that. And you've got the bevel, whoops, you've got the bevel right here. We're going to place this facing down, so the bevel butts up against the bevel here in the row bed, okay? And what I'm going to do is a little glue on. See, my hands will get in the way. Put a little glue on right there. A little bit on there. Okay, probably got a little bit too much on. Take some of that off. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put that down underneath right there. Oops, get my hands out of the way. There we go, right underneath the throw bar. Now what I'm going to do is take these little brads here, and just tack this piece into place. Alright, tack this down, like that. Whoops, bad boy, get the hands out of the way. Alright, you don't want to overdo it, just enough to hold it in place to let it dry. And just like that. So anyway, got that tacked into place, and the throw bar is going to clear it without any problems. So doing fine there. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and unpack my little, oops, Caboose Hobbies ground throw. I'm going to take that out, and as you can see here, this is a sprung ground throw. So essentially, it has a little spring in there. No, I'm not sure how they do it. If they actually have a real spring in there, but what it does, it has some give to it. As you can see, I'm holding this thing in place, and you can see this move back and forth. So there's actually a spring that will apply pressure against the point and hold it in place. So you don't have to get it, how should I say it, exactly right, positioned right if you didn't have a spring in there. So it's a bit more forgiving this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and this has got 2 pins in here, and I'm going to drill a hole in, get my big hands out of the way, I'm going to drill a hole here, right in there, and these little plastic pins are going to fit inside that hole, and that's what's going to throw the points back and forth. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim one of these off, just because things have worked fine with just one pin in there, at least for me, and it's a bit easier to drill a hole and mount. With this, you have to drill for 2 holes. You have to do a lot more measuring and fussing and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut this one off completely and trim this down a little bit, because you want this no deeper than the thickness of your PC tie, because you don't want this pin extending beyond the thickness of your PC tie, because then you'll be digging in to your row bed. I suppose, and I thought of it, suppose I could have just gone ahead and dug out a little bit here underneath before I install this, but this is what I've done in the past to install these. So anyway, let me go ahead and let me take my rail nippers, my little nippers here. Let me just cut this off. Cut that off first. Don't need that. Cut this off. There. Kind of give it a little bit of a round. Oops. I'm kind of doing it off camera here. I should probably back this thing up so you can get a better view of what's going on. Anyway, alright, let me back this up.